Warning: spoilers for M3GAN 2.0, now playing in theaters. M3GAN 2.0 is the genre-bending sequel to the 2023 Blumhouse hit, which itself combined horror and comedy in a cautionary tale about AI tailor-made for Gen Z. Beyond filmmaker Gerard Johnstone's innovative take on the killer robot narrative, much of the movie's charm came from M3GAN herself. The companion doll, portrayed physically by Amie and voiced by Jenna Davis, is a perfect blend of sinister presence, snarky wit, and surprising dance moves that keep audiences coming back for more. In the sequel, M3GAN's code has been manipulated by the US government to create an assassin robot named Amelia. When they lose control of her, they have no choice but to come to Gemma to put a stop to her. And so, Gemma reboots her niece Katie's old robot, now having sat in time out for untold hours without a physical form. The two robots go head-to-head, with M3GAN now serving as a true ally rather than a poorly programmed babysitter, eventually sacrificing herself to save the humans. Screen Rant interviewed Donald to discuss how she steps into her robotic role in M3GAN 2.0. The actor showed how different her training was the second time around, how she and Ivana Sakno worked together on the final showdown, and what she personally thinks of M3GAN's redemptive arc. Finally, the actor shared where she'd like to see the franchise go next. One of the biggest surprises in M3GAN 2.0 is the sheer number and scale of the fight scenes. The first movie leaned into more of a domestic horror, but the killer robot's slasher moments involved a quick dance sequence followed by a killing. Donald had to train much harder and longer the second time around. Before the movie even started, I trained in martial arts. I did Wing Chun training, I did kickboxing training, and rig wire training to prepare for all of the big fight scenes, the young actor explained. The biggest fight scene is naturally the final climactic showdown between M3GAN and her nemesis Amelia. Donald had nothing but praise for her co-star when describing the filming experience. I loved working with Ivana. She's just the sweetest person. Their opposite of adversarial relationship off-screen came from the extensive training. I grew quite close with her on this film, and we did a lot of training with the stunt team to see where we wanted the fight choreography to go. But perhaps the most shocking part of that final fight scene is that, even though Gerard Johnstone had a very particular way that he wanted the fight scene to go in his head, it nearly turned out very differently. A couple of days before wrap, Gerard decided that he wanted to change a little bit of the fight scene, the actor revealed. Some things were last minute and just throw in there, but others we've been training for since the start. The end result is a brutal back and forth that nearly shreds M3GAN before she can get the better of her opponent. Going mano a mano with Amelia was especially tricky because, as Donald pointed out, they're both robots, so they can almost see what the other robot is going to do. Both actors, alongside the director and stunt team, made an effort to stylize the steps. Obviously, it's not two humans fighting, which would be a lot different. Because two robots are fighting, you have to have that in your mind that they would have a slight awareness of what the other person's going to do. M3GAN 2.0 may be more action-oriented than its predecessor, but it hasn't forgotten its roots, namely the viral dance sequence that got all of TikTok talking. Donald expressed her amazement at the popularity of her moves. In the first film, the dance went really viral, which was insane because it wasn't in the script. Naturally, that meant that, going into the second movie, we had to have a dance. But they didn't just copy and paste the last iteration, seeing as the dance had to evolve with the doll. We did a lot of different styles and played with how we wanted the dance to go, Donald explained. At some point in the dance, obviously, M3GAN spins and her head stays still. So that was really fun to do because they had a little turning platform and they spun you. But motivation had as much to do with the new style as virality did. In the first movie, she was trying to distract someone to get the weapon, but this time she just got stuck and then just got into the groove a little bit more. AI evolution is the name of the game in M3GAN 2.0. But while the plot of the movie goes from domestic to institutional misuses of AI, M3GAN herself grows in a more internal way.